So as you can see, I got my new basketball shoes, and I still got the Coach's NBA playbook with all this very useful information about the mindset behind running plays and shooting properly and coming off screens and all that. I have a sore left Achilles. It's been injured since about April of 2009, so going over a year and a half. Right here where the Achilles connects to the heel, it's called the bursa, and it gets really sore anytime I run. See, it's sore pressing on it right now. You know, freaking a year and a half later, it's pissed me off. And then my other one, you know, I can sit here and press on it all day. So I gotta see a doctor about my left Achilles and see if I just need proper recovery. And I talked to my old assistant cross country coach, Carl Cashin from Teays Valley. He lives out in California now. I talked to him on Facebook, and he recommended icing and massaging, which I've been so dedicated to building my YouTube channel and playing online poker that I get distracted from trying to fix my Achilles on my own. The other option, of course, would to have surgery on it, and then I heard it can take up to 2 years to recover. So, but maybe I can find a specialist who can decrease the recovery time if I need it, because I am trying to train for the 100-meter dash, and I'm also trying to get back into basketball to get me, because when I stopped playing basketball, when I started having this vasovagus syncope problem, and when I stopped getting out, when I stopped running, it just you know, really hurt my life. I remember back in high school, I went to Teays Valley, but my last 2 years of high school I attended Eastland Career Center, and I was taking dental assisting. And my senior year, at the beginning of the year, I should have, I wasn't very, productive, mature. I was still growing up, so I wasn't the brightest guy in the crop when it came to planning out my life. When school started is when I asked if I could quit dental assisting and go back to my main high school, Teays Valley, because dentistry, I wanted to take dental assisting and then later down the road take dentistry. And the only reason I wanted to do it is because it seemed halfway interesting and people made a lot of money. And dentistry is, if you get your own office and you bring in the customers, people are always going to have problems with their teeth, or want their teeth bleached, or fill in their cavities, and people's teeth fall out. Anyways, all that stuff. But like 2 weeks into school, I was starting to get depressed, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. So the actual guidance counselor, Tom Heil from Teays Valley, came all the way out from Asheville, Ohio to Groveport, Ohio, where my vocational school was, where I took the bus from Teays Valley to Eastland Career Center every day. Actually came to visit the school to talk to me. He might have been there for some other reasons too, and we talked for a good 15 minutes, and he's like, I think you should stay and finish out the school year. And me being I guess moldable, I suckered up to his kind words, because he's just like the nicest guy in the world if you ever get a chance to talk to him, or if you know him personally. And so I listened to him, and I stayed in school, and ended up going through really bad depression, and my grades dropped. Our teacher, Mrs. Sauer, went through depression, and we had a substitute. Sorry if I forgot your name. she was really pretty, and I was the only guy in the class, of course, because of dental assisting, and all the girls in the class really liked her because she was laid back and she was kind of young and could relate to the girls in the class, and heck, I could even relate to her because she was fun, easygoing, and we're not focused at all on doing our work in class, and class was like 4 hour, yeah, it was like, if I can remember, it was like 3 or 4 hours long, since it was a vocational specialty class, and oh my god, time would just drag on. At first it was fun because we were just kind of hanging out and having fun and going to school to socialize, and I was attracted to a lot of the girls in the class, so they probably thought I was gay, but because I was the only guy in dental assisting, but they definitely would have had it wrong if they thought that. But I'm not gay, I'm straight, and I did like a lot of girls in class. I won't say any names, but I probably look ugly as fuck right now without a haircut, and I've put on some weight from not working out, so it's not like any of them probably would find me attractive right now anyways. But yeah, some drama started happening in class, and people would some of the girls would start bitching at each other and start throwing little cliques and groups within the class, and then I think some people might have had attitude with the teacher a couple of times, and then Mrs. Sauer would come back every now and then from being away, and since she was depressed, she just wasn't the same person, and then because she was depressed, it rubbed off on me, and I was depressed because I didn't want to be in school there, and with that substitute teacher, and like nobody was pushing me to study what I was learning and get a good grade on the test. I was depressed because of that, and I let my grades slip, and that class was worth 4 credits by itself, so I got like an F or a D in it, and got my report card, and I had A's and B's in my regular science and biology, and the social studies, the history class, whatever it was. Yeah, history. Had good grades in that, but since dental assisting was 4 credits, it made me ineligible for cross country. We had 4 meets to go in the cross country season, and I was ineligible. And Coach Lamnick ended up being really pissed off at me, and made sure to let me know I let the team down, and I should have let someone know that I was struggling with my grades and I could have got help, which, looking back on it, is true. But if they would have just let me go back to Teays Valley, my whole life would have changed. I wouldn't be here making this video. I would be in a whole new reality anyways. But yeah, that's what happened. I stayed in the school I didn't want to be at, and I got depressed, and I still was allowed to play sports for my main high school, Teays Valley. I just wasn't taking classes there, and 4 races to go. I couldn't run, and I was the 3rd best runner in the Mid-State League. The only people that were consistently beating me were my own teammate. Okay, I was the 4th best, my bad. Glenn Lamnick, my own teammate, was always beating me by like 20 seconds. And then Ted Dilley from Logan Elm usually beat me.